Hello everyone, good afternoon. It's Sunday the 21st of July and we'll give you a quick tour of the plot, see what's grown, see what's died, see what we've harvested, etc. Some progress on the paths at last. Only took me 16 months to get some down, but here we go. Pond is looking full of life and weed and things, but there's always, when I come up to the plot, there's usually a bird flies away that's been having a drink. So it's obviously doing what I've intended as a water source for local wildlife. And the wildlife area is looking very wild, and the daisies covered in little flies. Hopefully they'll be in pollinating my tomatoes in the greenhouse. As you can see, we've finally got a majority of the path. Well, probably about 50%, not really a majority, but it's quite hard work. So you can see the decking boards here. I've put the membrane under there, and then under the decking board gone up and then stapled it to the decking board, so hopefully no weeds can come up through and into the path. Everything will be kept into the beds. So around to the sweet corn, which is slightly worrying that it's only grown to about 2.5 feet high, and we're starting to get the tassels on already. Last year it got to about 4 feet high, but everybody else is on the allotment seems to be doing exactly the same, so I think it's just weather conditions and just how it's going to be this year. Hopefully this variety that I've grown from seed is going to produce more than one cob per stem, so we'll see how it goes. And here's the courgettes. This is a courgette Brian. If a guy who does the pub quiz at my brother's pub, this little plant here cost him 25 quid. Him and his team all between them decided that the British version of a zucchini was an eggplant for some reason, instead of saying it was a courgette. And an eggplant is the American version of a aubergine. So not only did they get the wrong plant, they got the American version instead of the English version of the right plant. But they're coming along. I don't know how big I'm going to let them get before I harvest them, but they are getting there, thankfully. Main crop potatoes flowering, so they're looking good. And these are the salad potatoes. We've got some dwarf French beans here. You can see just starting to come good at last. They were under glass last time you saw them, but they've got strong enough now to stand a bit of bird or slug damage, so I need to take the glass off to let the pollinators get to the flowers. We've got the remnants of the radishes. I've pulled most of those up, even though there's a huge one there. The beetroot hasn't been a great success. There's probably 6 or 7, and I probably put about 50 seeds in, but hey ho. The lettuces are good. I've taken the glass off those because they're starting to go too tall. And then just harvested these when I got up here about half an hour ago. Now that group of potatoes there is from 3 roots or plants, however you want to describe it. They're Sharps Express. They look alright, probably averaging about 6 or 7, maybe 7 or 8 potatoes a plant. so alright. It's a bit heavier this side, so the slope is a bit more clayey. So, and this time I looked back on the video before I started shooting this, and I said I was going to put purple sprouting broccoli and leeks in. Well, I changed my mind and I ended up putting my Savoy cabbage up the middle. I don't know if you can see very well through the netting. The bigger plants in the middle of Savoy cabbage, and they're going really well. And down each side are red cabbage. The ones at the ends are getting a bit more susceptible to slug damage, but there is a beer trap in there, and they are getting big now, so they shouldn't really affect them that much. I'm quite happy with those. The onions, they're starting to go over, so they're pretty close to being ready for harvesting and drying. Weeded them yesterday, and one or two came out because they're that ready for going. They just came out with the weeds. The carrots have come better than I thought they were going to do. They're a bit late, but they have come up, and I've just spotted a thistle in the middle over there. I don't know how the heck I missed that. But we've got Chantenay carrots, the little stubby ones, which I call Chardonnay for the ladies that like a white wine, and some other stuff there. And the shallots I think are ready to harvest because they've fallen over, which usually means that they're ready to go. The leeks have been a bit of a disaster, to be fair. They've all wanted to bolt, and they're pretty rubbish. I don't know what went wrong this year. There's another one there, look, it's flowering. It's bolted, look. It's sent out its flower stem. So that won't really grow any more than that. Anyhow, a couple of bags of bindweed there, ready to go to the tip. And we've got, nearly gone past it, we've got the resurrected brassica cage that was trashed in the storms last winter. That's now full of, let's just see if I can open this and put you in. That's got, I think, 15 cabbage, 15 cauliflowers in there, sorry, and about a dozen broccoli plants. So they'll stay in there for a few more weeks until they're ready to go. I've just noticed that there's one or two that have got slugged off, but there's not a lot I can do about it. The apple tree is looking really good this year. There's a few have got this sort of blackness, but they seem to get that last year and then all fall off. But we'll see what happens this year. I meant to trim every other one off to give more energy to the ones that are left, but I left it too late, so they're going to have to go as they want. It's a little feature that I left in, an original. I just noticed one of them has fell off. Get rid of that. I just noticed it needed weeding. An original wheelbarrow that had a bit of a liner in that the previous person had, so that's had some lobelia and various things in it. Thought it looks quite nice. It's not always about producing veg. We're gonna have a bit of colour on here, and then we get into the jungle, which is 10 tomato plants, no, 12 tomato plants of various sorts. There's cherry tomatoes, and what else have we got? We've got, oh no, that says potluck. That's the one that is self-seeded from last year, so until it fruits I don't know what it's going to be. Cherry tomatoes and Baron are the large ones. I'm not sure what sort of cherry tomatoes, can't find the label. Hey ho. And then the cucumbers, which are reaching for the skies. They're going really well, lots of big flowers on there. So I've started leaving the door open, get some more pollinators in here, because I don't know, there just doesn't seem to be the amount of bees, little flies, everything that need to pollinate all of these flowers. You can see the mass of flowers here on the tomatoes, and I don't seem to be getting any fruit. Whether it's because there aren't as many now, I've cultivated more of my plot, I just don't seem to be seeing as much as many bugs as I did last year, because a lot of the wildflowers have been dug up, but I can't have all of it left as flowers. Some of it's going to be down to veg and fruits. So right, thanks again for watching. Just a t-shirt, look, that my daughters Beth and Amy bought me for Father's Day. See what it says. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and it's totally free to subscribe. I'm not going to try and hit you for money, because who would want to pay to watch me? Right, thanks again. We'll catch you in a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, I'm not sure. I've left it too long really to this one, but life gets busy. So thanks again, catch you soon, bye.